Welcome back to Like Maria. Today I thought I'd run through some abbreviations that we quite often use in English and quite often in academic writing. So hopefully this will help you with your writing and your understanding of text and give you just a little insight into the etymology of different abbreviations and to use them correctly. So first off, I've got e.g. Now this comes from the Latin exempli gratia, and this means for the sake of examples. So we use it to mean for example. I might be writing an essay and I might be talking about Macbeth and I might say Shakespeare uses ghosts in several of his plays, e.g. Macbeth. So that will be a good way of using for example. So e.g. for example. The second one I'm going to talk to you about today is i.e. And this is, again, a Latin phrase. Often they are Latin phrases. It's id est. And this means it is or that is. So it's kind of a reiteration. If you're going to reiterate something and say it in a different way. So you might say, for example, in the 1900s, i.e. the 20th century, quite often you use it on an explanatory text, but sometimes you use it in speech. So you can say most of all these abbreviations are used in speech and writing. I want to talk now about PS. Now PS comes at the end of a letter and its Latin phrase is postscriptum and it means after the writing. So when you get to the end of the letter and you sign your name, sometimes you think, oh goodness, I've got something else to say. Now, of course, in these days, we word process and we can change that pretty quickly. But in the old days, you couldn't do that. So you put PS and then you wrote your extra little bit you wanted to say, and then you just signed your initials at the bottom after it. Now, some people still do this in an email, and it's a way of focusing on a little bit of extra information that you want to include. So if you want to highlight something, PS, I'm away next Tuesday, don't call. Something like that, just at the end, it takes your comment out of the body of the text. And today we're probably planning the PS rather than accidentally adding it in. Okay, next one, NB. Now I was saying, looking at a document with my class the other day and it had NB and they didn't know what it means. NB just means note well, nota bene from the Latin. It means note well, take good note. Hey, watch out for this. So you might say use of apostrophes is particularly important. NB, they mark the possessive. So it's some way of kind of highlighting really in a script. And my last and probably most useful one, and the one that sometimes people get a little bit muddled up, is etc. etc. Sometimes people spell this the wrong way round. The way to remember it is that it comes from the Latin et cetera, meaning all the rest. And there you have your et for et and the c for the cetera, etc. we call it. And we use this in speech quite a lot. So we might say, oh, I was at the market the other day and they had lots of vegetables, etc. Meaning they had lots and all the rest. But also we use it in writing when we almost can't be bothered to finish all the list of things that we had, etc. ETC. So there we have it, some useful abbreviations to help you with your note taking in English and understanding of other people's writing.